The part 6 of our CryoClear certification course. In this section we'll be talking about client intake and the steps that you should take before any treatment. The sections that we'll cover here are the health intake form, some comments about it, the consent and release form, the photographic release, and finally some comments about photography basics. First, let's talk about the confidential client health history. In this step, you're really looking to gain all the insight you can from the client's known history or recollected history. And you want to record that on the form that's been provided as part of your starter kit and ongoing training. This will enable a skincare specialist basically to evaluate and create a plan for each client that's appropriate for them, their lifestyle, their indications. It also will aid in revealing any potential contraindications to administration of the CryoClear treatment. It is better to take your time with this to understand the client and their goals and also the history of what they've experienced in their medical history than it is to move forward blindly. In the consent and release form, you'll be able to go through the 3 sections. First is the client's consent. This is where they will request treatment from you. They understand that there's no guarantee and that there is the potential for multiple treatments to be needed to achieve the goals. The second section will talk about risks and potential side effects, such as tingling, redness, darkening, sloughing. As you'll see with the use of CryoClear, we go through basically destruction of the target tissue, which is followed by inflammation and ultimately healing. However, all of that will, in some cases, potentially alarm your clients. And so talking about this ahead of time is the best way to cut off any potential confusion or fear on their part. The third section, which is important, is the photography release. And this is consent for you to take pictures before and after. It's also some consent inclusion for permission for training and marketing as a follow-on. When you begin your plan for treatment, it's a good idea, whether on the face or body, to record the area that is to be treated, whether it's on the forehead, the lower temple, the upper lip, jawline, chin, etc. Mark the area. Any notes that you may want to include are important, such as shape, approximate size, color, any information that will help you understand whether or not the treatment is being effective. Similarly, on the body, it's important to mark symmetry, location, pigment, color, any of the details that you can provide for your own records and also for your client will help you better explain what's happening and what needs to be done next following treatment using CryoClear. The photography release is also something that we highly recommend you going through with your clients. The photography release will allow you basically permission to take photographs, to have those records, so again you can compare before and afters. It may also be useful for training and marketing purposes for your clinical population. Again, all of this helps the client see their progress, but also may help you with your effective marketing of programs using CryoClear. And as a last comment in this section, we want to just give you a few basics on photography. Although many people will try and use their phones, etc., it's good if you can consider purchase of a compact camera with a few features. One macro feature. The macro should have an aspect ratio of 1:1. A compact digital camera with macro features actually helps you see the world close up, which really will give you the fine detail of before and after a CryoClear treatment. You can also get filters, and many manufacturers have these. You simply have to ask when you go to the store to purchase your camera. DSLR cameras also have a lens that screws on and off, again allowing you to basically get a really sharp recording of your before and afters. Some will use extension tubes that are placed between your camera and the lens, basically fixing length and area to be photographed. And finally, all of the things we've discussed in here as far as your macro features for your camera are concerned really become great records and tools, as we talked about before, with high resolution images of before and afters. So in this section of preparing the client and also evaluating your treatment plans, you can see that a little bit of time up front will help you both for your practice overall, as well as your individual clients' outcomes and expectations. This concludes this section.